we have a fresh, new, kinda, I'm slowly in recording, drama in the metal community. BorisT here, and welcome to this new video. Today we are going to talk of a Danish black metal band called AFSKI that recently got cancelled to participate to a festival called Anti-Fascist Gathering because fascist allegations. And this is pretty funny on its own, to see a band that was going to play to an anti-fascist black metal festival being called fascist. It's just hilarious. But let's dive into it and see, was the band really fascist? Guys, this will be a funny one, so please watch the entire video because there's many cringe moments. So for what I know, this festival, which is based in Switzerland, it's at its second edition. My main problem with the festival before even starting to know what happened is that it's an openly political one. And I hate that. If you follow me for a while, you know how much I hate politics and how much I hate the divisions that politics creates between people. And I hate even more that a festival is against one type of dictatorship, but then doesn't have any problem to embrace the red and anarchist black metal in their background. I guess that red in the name doesn't refer to the blood color. Anyways, I want to know about the entire situation due to an artist that I follow on Instagram. He does crazy good art for bands, and he did the banner for the festival, but decided to take it back when the organizers decided to cancel the band, saying, "I don't want to be part of what looks to me like giving into false information and slander being spread on the internet." But you might wonder right now what this band did to create such chaos around them. Well, before we even start with the accusation, I want to show you a post on Instagram of the band. Let's read together. Thugs, I don't see AFSKI as a straight up political band. I, as a private person, still care a lot about the global and environment, about animals and how other people are treated all around the globe. The recent laws and restrictions in Poland against the LGBTQ+ community are just not acceptable in any way. It's yet another big step in the wrong direction of mankind. No one should ever feel unsafe around other humans. So I made some stickers for the Polish audience with a message to their government. I will add them to all Bandcamp orders also and bring the rest with us on tour in 4 weeks. I know this is not saving the world, but it still sends a message to the people filled with fear and hate that are part of the problem. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Now, a band that makes that statement, a band that is not scared to lose some of their fan base, a band that never denied to be against any type of tyranny, how the fuck can be considering a fascist band? I can't! This should be enough. I can even finish the video here. No more proof are needed! Anyways, before we continue, I want to show you a screenshot. I laughed for 5 minutes straight when I saw it. I guess that this guy, you know, this guy bagged some merch from the band on Bandcamp, and I think that he didn't saw this post, okay? I can't believe you fuck sent me a rainbow AFSKI stickers. Remind me never to buy your crap again. It's just so fucking hilarious. Let's continue with the accusation. Even everything will sound pretty ridiculous after what I've shown you before. So the band is accused to supporting genocidal intention, colonialism, being a Zionist, and not being clear enough about their positions. Like, sure, they absolutely weren't clear about their position till now. No, absolutely no. Wasn't enough. It's not enough. And all of this because they play in Israel. They play in Israel like every single metal band that has some follow. From Marduk to Vatain to Iron Maiden to Arch Enemy and so on. They played in Israel last year, specifically in October, few days before we all know what happened, and the band was there also, October 7. They were under bombs, they had to hide in shelters. A building that was just 30 minutes from their hotel went completely destroyed. They posted some picture about the event that you can see here, and they write a couple of things about it, wishing to the promoters to be safe, adding that they will gladly play there again. And what do you think a normal people will say about that? Damn guys, glad you're alive. No, some people started to shit on the band because they wished to the promoters to be safe. Okay, like, dude, the band play music for other metalheads, for fans, not for them politicians. You can't accuse a band to be something just because they went to play in a country that is in a conflict with another one. It's not a band job to think about this stuff. It's like saying that every band that played in US during the Iraq invasion supported it. Like, what the fuck? Another accusation that the band got is that they say that they are against fascism, but they don't strictly label themselves as anti-fascist. Seriously. As a band said, I am against any suppression and or delimitation of anyone's freedom of speech, their behavior and actions which they would practice, as long as they don't harm other people. If you ask me, which might be the same stand of the band, I'm against about any form of extremism. I'm all about freedom. Left or right, I don't care what you are. As long as you're a good person, you're my friend. But if someone asks me, are you an Antifa? I'll say hell no. And that's because I see them as a bunch of uneducated, paranoid, violent group, sees everything that is slightly out of their limited range wrong without even documenting themselves before taking any actions. They proved it so many times in the past, trying to cancel events, trying to cancel bands, that nothing has to do with the ideology that they're fighting against, ending up basically ridiculizing themselves all the time. Let me give you a few examples. Marduk plus Incantation, 2017, Oklahoma. They threatened the owner of the club that bad thing will happen if the bands will play there. And the owner were like, dude, we read like 20 years of interviews of Marduk in the last weeks and there's no a single one that makes us think that they have something to do with what you're fighting for, you know? Saying also, almost the entire stuff here is black and LGBTQ and everybody here wants just to work. But nope, they had to cancel it due to violence concerns. Even Incantation were mentioned because their singer has a sketchy, I think, I don't know if it was NS, but was probably a, you know, about this kind of stuff project. And it's true. Absolutely true. If it wasn't that the singer left the band in 1995 and he started that project some years later. That's like 5 minutes research on internet. Five minutes. And I always find funny, you know, when people point a finger on Marduk, on those type of bands that are under a Century Media, a huge label controlled by a major, Sony. Do you think that a label like that or a major will ever allow to have a band with that type of ideology in the roster? Like, use your brain! And you know, imagine say that the band is anti-Semitism without knowing that they already played in Israel like 2 years before. Good job, guys. Amazing job.
It's just bizarre, the whole development, and especially also internet thinks that people can say anything they want and people take it as a fact without doing any research. You can put up whatever lies you want. There's no control of anything. It's like whoa, 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 whoa.
I will give you another final example before we get back on Afsky, and it's Bolzer, a death black metal band from Switzerland. And this one makes me, when it came out the news, I laughed so much. The guy totally destroyed them. So Bolzer were threatening to meet with serious violent opposition once embarking their US tour because of the singer Nazi tattoo era and allegedly white suprematist. Keep this part in mind, because you will laugh later. So let's see the dude. What I see, it's a dude that looks like he's from the 70s. He took a time machine and he flight to modern days to play some black metal. And I'm saying it in a good way. The thing is that every sane person will see that this man is into spiritual things. I mean, look at him. You can feel it, okay? And if you went from school, like you should have, you know that those symbols are way older than what you think. And he says about his tattoos. It's an ancient symbol used by basically every culture on this planet, and sometimes or another for more or less the same reason, to express their adoration for the sun. Imagine that some people have pushed to have Spotify remove the band from it. Now imagine how these people could feel stupid when the singer dropped this picture of him and his father, saying, "My name of Koi is of Nigerian origin, as was my grandfather of the same moniker, not colonialist Africa, native Africa. I am therefore 1/4 black." Destroyed. I would like to see their reaction, their faces, you know. Because you definitely, you have to feel stupid after this, you know. I could continue forever, seriously, with these examples, but let's focusing on Afsky. So another reason why the band was attacked is because they invited a band called Score, it's a Norwegian band, to play at a festival in Denmark called Pestfest. The main issue here is that this band is under a label that is pretty sketchy. It's kind of specialized in NSBM stuff, okay? And regarding that, the guy from Afsky says, I would not have invited them in the first place if I had known what label they were on. But since I don't bow down for any threats for no one, it was more important to me to keep them on the poster than bowing down to threats by those who promised to destroy my band if I didn't follow their demands. Isn't using verbal violence and threat someone to shut his mouth sounds like the thing that you're fighting against? And about this label, he says, is their label super sketchy? Yes, I would not have picked that one myself, but truth told, when I was new in the scene, I almost wrote them too for a record deal for Afsky. Ignorant? No, I just wasn't born with all the information I'll get while I live my life. And guys, same here. For my first album, after I sent my demos to the labels that I know, I just went on Encyclopedia Metallum. I didn't even open to see what bands the label has. I was clicking the labels, seeing the email, send them the song, check another label, send them the song. I don't even know who I sent the stuff, you know. I don't know what the labels were specialized on, what they were produced. I don't know nothing what I sent to, you know. It's not something that you really think, you know, when you're just trying to find a label. And it's pretty pathetic, you know, to threatening a band to destroy their career just because they didn't know that the band they like was under a sketchy label. Like, come on, seriously? This reminds me when I did this video here about this stalker that was trying to cancel Metallica, accusing them to be Nazi again. And of course you throw a bunch of nonsense stuff, you know, lying most of the time, taking picture out of context. And you know what's the main problem? It's not those people here that do those kind of videos or accuse the bands to be something that they are not. The main problem is the people. People don't take 5 minutes of their life to check if these things are real facts or false accusations. They see a video on TikTok of a random teenager accusing Metallica to be Nazi, and they're like, oh my god, I just discovered them thanks to Stranger Things, I bought a t-shirt and now I have to throw in the garbage. You're stupid. I've seen other comments, you know, about Afsky and about the entire situation, people saying, good that they will be cancelled, so they will learn next time before they tour with Panzerfaust. And you know, Panzerfaust was an anti-tank system developed by Germany at that time, but beside the name, the band doesn't have any reference in the NSBM scene. Literally nothing. They took stance against the scene so many times, they said, find something, prove it. You will not find, because there's no proof. And it's never enough. Like, even if a band says, no, we are against that, we are not part of that. Nope, you are. Like, for example, Afsky made a huge statement, huge. You can find on Reddit, I read the entire thing, it's really long, where they explain every single accused they got out there. And you know, there's a comment that took also a lot of thumbs up. It's one guy saying, I ain't reading all that, sorry about that, or glad that happened to you. Wow. If it wasn't already hard for a black metal band to survive in 2024. Anyways, total support to Afsky, really a great band. Let me know, guys, what you think about the entire situation. Have a nice weekend. I will see you all in the next video. Cheers!
Satan.